from shutting down wrong narratives.
The Golden Globe would go to the team that airbrushed that poster.
Yeah.
A little sexist.
No, it's not. Why is it sexist?
Well, because you're saying that the girls are older and they need to be airbrushed.
No.
To roasting Piers Morgan on his show.
Dear America, please let Piers buy a Kinder Egg. but don't let him buy a gun.
These are times Ricky didn't let disrespect slide.
Are you not a hugger?
No hugging, no touching, you're germaphobe?
No, they said keep it quick, just go and sit down.
Oh, okay, so we can touch you?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I'm like, wow, we just thought you were huggy.
The hosts of The View are known for their backhanded comments and narratives.
I feel like a strippergram.
Who's got $1?
You know, we haven't seen you really around since the Golden Globes, where
They
you
keep
were...
a low profile.
Yeah, well, they attacked you, but they said that you were mean and rude, and you were surprised at that.
They chose the wrong guest this time.
I am mean and rude. I'm surprised they attacked me for it, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let me read one thing they thought was mean, and we'll decide whether it was mean or not, okay? Referring to Sex and the City 2, you said, I was sure the Golden Globe would go to the team that airbrushed that poster.
Joy Behar tried setting him up, but failed.
A little sexist.
No, it's not. Why is it sexist?
Well, because you're saying that the girls are older and they need to be airbrushed.
No, I think they look great at their age.
Oh.
Why hide it?
Oh.
I don't think that you lose your sensuality or your beauty because you hit 53.
This is why Ricky is not to be messed with.
I'm defending my motives, not the joke. I stand by the joke. Yeah. I don't think I have anything to apologise for, but that's not the joke. I think if you're going to criticise, you've got to understand the joke before you can.
Okay.
They tried again for the second time.
Referring to the I Love You, Philip Morris movie, you said, two heterosexual actors pretending to be gay, so the complete opposite of some famous Scientologist then. Wink, wink.
I didn't name them. They outed people. I would never do that. I think it's terrible.
His reply shocked them.
At the end of it, you said, as the show was ending, you yelled out, "Thank you, God, for making me an atheist."
It's the irony.
From what I've heard of God, he does everything.
Yeah.
So he made me an atheist, didn't he? Also, how many people thank God when they win an award?
They weren't as confident anymore.
What about the poor schmuck who didn't win the award?
Exactly. Oh, he hates them. God hates them.
I know you're making your point, but I don't think it was Sandra Bullock who said that. But you're making the point. I'm just trying to clear it up.
No, he thinks that's it.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, but he was making
a joke.
I'm just trying to help.
These are funny.
They tried one more trick.
Talking funny. We just saw a clip from it, right? So we got Jerry Seinfeld, Chris Rock, Louis C.K. No women comedians on that panel?
Who would you replace?
I don't know.
No, because it was four people.
It was just 4 people.
Yeah, so who would you take off?
I wouldn't. I would just add.
There you go.
They didn't expect what he said next.
Yeah, no, exactly. They're my friends, and I chose my friend. Oh, and also, men are intimidated by funny women, so we didn't want them in the room.
Is that right?
It was a joke.
Joy asks him a question she ended up regretting.
Jerry Lewis famously said at one point that he didn't think women were funny. Do you think women are funny?
Of course, what's the difference? That's ridiculous.
It's a different sensibility.
Statistically, less women go into stand-up from what I've seen, so there's probably less to choose from.
Right.
But yeah, there are loads of funny women. I've worked with loads of funny women, of course.
Joy Behar and Ricky had another face-off.
Are you excited about the royal wedding?
You can't even say it with a straight face. Am I excited about the royal family?
Yeah. No, the royal wedding.
No, I'm not excited about it. Listen, I've got nothing against the royal family, but I don't like any of that.
Everyone knows how The View tries to impose its views on others, and Ricky wasn't having it.
When I was in England trying to do stand-up there, you can't say anything about the Queen. They have a fit, and they won't laugh. Is that true when you do it?
No, not anymore.
Not my crowd.
He didn't waste time correcting her.
It's just, no.
Well, when you go on the Golden Globes, a lot of time you are politically incorrect and hilarious, of course.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about offence, isn't it? When people say they're offended, it's that, just because you're offended, it doesn't mean you're right, you know?
He says exactly what he thinks.
Offence is about feelings, and feelings are personal. Some people are offended by equality. So what? You know, so you can't second-guess people. If you try and please everyone, you'll please no one. With comedy as well, I think you've got to deal with taboos and contentious issues. You can't legislate against stupidity, otherwise you'll be doing nothing. So
He kept it simple.
This year you didn't host, and do you miss the fact that this was the Weinstein year?
Oh, I was salivating. Honestly, I got an adrenaline rush thinking of, what I could say and whether I'd have to go to jail. And
He answered them with nothing but facts.
I'm not doing it for the 200 egos in the room. I'm doing it for the 200 million people watching around who aren't winning awards, who aren't millionaires,
and who don't care about it.
Another host who tried imposing his views on him is Stephen Colbert.
Talking about hell before, about this tweet about you going to hell.
Yeah.
I know that you're an atheist, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. People have been debating. That's the devil waiting for you in hell.
They had a little back and forth about religion.
Why does the universe exist at all? Why is there something?
But surely the bigger question is not why, but how. Well, why is irrelevant?
Okay, fine. How is there something? Because you think of God as the prime mover. How is there anything instead of nothing?
I don't.
He didn't expect Ricky to be so straightforward.
Outside science and nature, I don't believe so. Because the interesting thing is, this is the thing, right? So, I'm an agnostic atheist, technically. Agnostics means no one knows whether there's a God. So everyone's technically agnostic. We don't know.
Stephen thought he had him cornered.
You believe in one God, I assume?
In 3 persons, but go ahead.
Okay, so you believe... Okay. So, but there are about 3,000 to choose from that have been, you know, people who believe in God.
He realized he wasn't going to win this one.
You deny one less God than I do. You don't believe in 2,999 gods, and I don't believe in just one more.
Right.
The next host made a mistake Ricky couldn't let slide.
In the UK version of The Office, played the boss. What is the weirdest excuse that you've ever heard?
You say the UK version.
Yeah.
I call it the original.
He had to comment on it.
Most people think Steve Carell came up with it.
That's true, but you all were the original.
Yeah, and Steve Carell did an amazing job, and I think the American version is fantastic. Yeah, no, there's 7 remakes around the world, but the American was the biggest.
But you got it started.
Yeah.
The last host is someone he has playful banter with.
Iowa has been giving out gun permits to blind people, not just partially blind, but completely blind people who aren't allowed legally to drive cars.
Aren't blind people allowed to defend
themselves? Well, their constitutional right would be damaged if... And they gave an example of, you know, if they were fully sighted and used a gun, just because they lost their sight, why should they lose the constitutional right to continue having a gun?
Piers opens with a question, trying to get a reaction.
They thought I was making this up. They thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
They know about my gun campaign, but they actually thought this was just a wind-up. And I said, no, it really is happening. People are not just applying for permits who are blind, they're getting permits. And they're completely blind.
Yeah, yeah, it's strange. It's a strange law.
Ricky ends the conversation with a joke.
Really? I go to Walmart in Houston and buy one. They'll be on the wall. I can't buy a Kinder Egg. You know those little eggs with little toys in, because it may choke me, so they're a health hazard. But where the Kinder Egg would be sold in a British store, they instead have an AR-15 assault rifle.
Dear America, please let Piers buy a Kinder Egg, but don't let him buy a gun.
The next host also embarrassed himself in front of Ricky.
Just try and behave yourself, gentlemen, if you can.
Do that again and do the names.
No, I'm not doing it again. That's fine.
Like easy, that's a brand name, Ricky.
I think people can work this out. Yeah. I think people can work it out. The short one and the tall one, so don't worry about that. Now, as far as you're concerned,
which is which?
I don't know. I haven't worked that out yet. As far as you're concerned,
he thought he was getting away with that.
Are you here tonight just to enjoy the content?
I'm not here tonight
to do the job.
I'm not even here tonight. He is. This is live. This is pre-recorded.
Right. Okay. Well, this is all going horribly wrong.
You asked us.
I know. I'm regretting it now. I'm regretting it now.
No, it's a pleasure to be here, and everyone here is an absolute professional.
He made him feel stupid for trying to attack him.
Except him, it's a shambles. Are you drunk?
Not yet. Now, climate change then. You know, is it something that you're interested in, or are you just here for the booze?
He's not holding that microphone.
Perched.
I should tell you what his other hand's doing.
All right, no, never mind. Look, it's holding this, so don't worry about that.
You could see regret start to set in.
Climate change. Is it something you think seriously about?
You're the preferable one.
Right.
Imagine that. Someone would rather talk to you than someone else.
This is quite a mark on your character that he's turned to me. Yeah, of course I care about climate change. Now, as individuals, we can do an awful lot.
They kept making fun of him.
You, for example, you're going to have to change the way you're living your lifestyle. Don't look all cynical.
And how do you know how I live my lifestyle?
No!
on my lifestyle.
Your lifestyle, particularly the way you turned up here on a jet bike, making women pregnant on his team just for a jolly.
He tried to switch topics, but they did not let him off the hook.
Seriously, guys.
Okay, no, seriously.
Right? Do you really think that this sort of concept makes any difference whatsoever? There's a message out there, climate change.
Well, yeah, I think if all of us as individuals do the occasional thing, like me now, I can make you happy.
They made him regret ever coming for them.
You see, it's made a little difference to the world. By doing small things, we can make a difference. We don't have to do a big
thing. Like him.
I think that's right. I think that's right. I don't clean my teeth now and let the tap run.
I don't do that.
No, exactly. I don't clean my teeth.
I think I've actually had enough of all this now. I can't get any sense out of these two at all.
Another host Ricky put in his place was Brad Blanks. Ricky shut him up the second he started to show off.
Again, Jane, how are you, mate?
I just drove, right, from the Upper East Side.
No, really?
About an hour, and I need a beer.
All right.
I'm not driving back. I mean, I had a driver. Of course I had a driver. Of
course.
Now I'm just showing off. It's a really big car.
Really big car. With all this Netflix money, of course.
Brad makes a huge mistake with his next question.
If I'm an $8.99 subscriber, does that mean you work for me now?
Sort of.
Yeah. Am I your boss?
You're a license player, aren't you? So you can tell me what you didn't like about stuff, and I can have it edited out just for you.
Really? Thank you.
That's the service Netflix provides.
He kept roasting him.
Kind of been like my father figure in the media business.
How can I give birth to that? Look at that.
Jane, that'd be hard for you, wouldn't it? A few years younger than her too, the poor woman.
Whoa.
He even turned a simple piece of advice into a roast.
Sorry, any advice? What?
Yeah, just in life, because last time we met, you obviously told me that the internet and YouTube was no good, and now you're all over the internet.
No, the internet's amazing. It's but I only insult you, don't I? I never mean it.
Brad tried to change the subject, but that didn't save him either.
How did you do that? How's the pitch making?
Best review I've ever had. Derek's a show.
Derek's a show.
Put that on the DVD. Derek, a show. Brad Blanks. Thank you.
Ricky finishes him off with one line.
Yeah. Proud of you, mate. It's wonderful to see you again.
Very much. Good. You are. It's horrible. It feels worse than it looks. Imagine that.
He definitely regretted trying to show off.
Just think of that. So look at that, right? And then imagine it feels and smells worse than it looks.
And I'm married.
And imagine what it tastes like.
The last host got roasted from the start of the interview.
How are you? Nice to have you here.
Oh, it's great to be here.
Yeah.
Nice new studio.
This is new. This is a new experience, yes.
Yeah, it's great to...
Giant moon, big fake moon behind you.
Actually, the studio was easier to find than the channel on the TV.
He brings up his infamous Golden Globes moment.
Your gig that's coming up, the Golden Globes, people love it when you host this show. Very good at it.
I think I held back a little bit, you know. I didn't want to offend anyone, but I didn't want to be totally well. She loved it.
He makes a wild reference that left Conan speechless.
I had to tell him about one thing I wanted to do, because it was a bit of a stunt, and I needed their cooperation, I needed a costume. And I told them, and they said, no, we can't do that. I wanted it to be the opening, you know, they go, Ricky, please welcome Ricky Gervais. And I was going to come out dressed as Adolf Hitler, right?
His next line made it worse.
And then get to the podium and let it die down and go, too much, right? And then I wanted to look in the crowd and go, it's the wrong crowd, it's just the wrong crowd. And then I was going to say, that's the last time I borrow a suit from Mel Gibson.
Conan tried to save the moment with a joke.
I think they were just worried about maybe the picture in the paper the next day.
With their logo, the network logo right there. NBC, more colorful. No, we don't want that.
He also talks about his struggle with weight loss.
5 pounds at Christmas. In fact, I tweeted, so I put on 5 pounds, fat shame me to get me out of it, and people were saying things like, how did you get Ricky Gervais into a shower? Grease the sides and throw in a cookie. So, right?
He points out how society loves to sugarcoat reality.
I needed people that, they come to me now and they go, oh, well done, you look great. But they weren't telling me I looked terrible. They're basically saying I look terrible. No one told me at the time. It was really taboo. I needed waiters to come over and go, fuck off, you've had enough, right?
He added a controversial take on how society and feminism influence how fat women view themselves.
Men get fat and we just go, fuck it, all bought and paid for, you know. We don't come under the same constraints of society, whereas women are inundated with images of how you should be, size 0 models, this diet, that diet, look like this, keep your man. And they make such an effort, don't they, fat girls? They've always got lovely hair, aren't they? They're always having their hair done. They've got lovely hair. Always got lovely hair. Always got those lovely false nails, haven't they? They make an effort. Anything but jogging, right?
Someone once compared being fat to being gay, and Ricky had to counter it.
With your sexuality, you're born, you grow up, you discover you like same-sex relationships, and that's it, you're gay, okay? For being gay to be the same as being fat, you'd have to be born, be straight, grow up knowing you're straight, but gradually and consciously wean yourself onto cock.
He goes on to make a joke about his experience with fat people.
Me and my girlfriend were one side of the plane, there was the aisle, and the other side, there were these two huge fat women, okay? Proper fat. One of them just got on and went, can I have a belt extension? Yeah, of course you can, you've earned it, right? So, proper. In fact, I was thinking of calling the pilot out and going, should one of us swap with one of them? Otherwise, we're just going to Canada. Do you know what I mean?
He didn't stop there. He roasted everyone who fit the bill.
One of them was even fatter than the other one, okay? And she was there, and she'd got on the plane with one of those takeaway buckets of fast food. Bucket! I mean, there's your first clue. When did that happen? When did fat people just give up? When did they go into a shop and go, oh, fuck it, just treat me like a farmyard animal? Really?
He says what he wants without the fear of getting cancelled.
She's there, and she's chowing down, right? And I swear, she turns to her fat friend and says, this is the best fried chicken I've had all day.
Food companies also get blamed for making the environment too friendly.
They fucking love cake. They love it. They love it, right? And I blame the food industries because you go into a supermarket and it's just packed with that stuff. Everything's packed with hydrogenated fats and extra calories and sugar and butter and everything, and they love that, okay? And there's always a big door, isn't there, to a supermarket? It's always, they've got a quadruple door, isn't it? No one's ever been too fat to get through the door of a supermarket, okay?
Only Ricky Gervais can be this controversial and funny.
And it opens automatically, so they don't have to waste calories pushing anything. There's just... And it's a good job it opens automatically, because usually it's glass and they can see the pie from down the road and they're in like that.
If you think that was hilarious, wait till you watch this.
Keep the big door, sure, keep the big door. Come on, fat people, come in you go. But when they get in there, it's all fresh fruit and veg. It's all whole grain, it's all stuff that's good for you, okay? Of course they'll be confused at first. They go, well, that's not real food to them. They think Brussels sprouts is packaging, right? They're looking, where's the cakes, where's the cakes? The cakes are over here, but the cakes are through a different door. But this door is human-sized, okay?
He says the craziest things, and they somehow make sense.
I can't get in. I can't get through the fucking door. I can't. Banana. And they go back. Oh no, I still can't. Back another carrot. They're back and forth for days, and the fat's fallen off them. Soon they can slip through the door and have a cake. They can't get out again. No, but I mean,
not even celebrities were safe.
We had to have our percentage fat calibrated in this, you know, the bod pod. Did you see it on Celebrity Fit Club? Grant Bovey came out at 8% fat. I came out at 25. Which is more than I could vote for, really. But you know what, Rick Waller came out? 60% fat. True, I looked that up. That is the same percentage fat as a pork scratching. Absolutely true.
Even the crowd was shocked by his fearless humor.
No wonder he's got low self-esteem, being biologically similar to a pub snack. It must... Actually, he hasn't got low self-esteem. I was watching it, I felt a bit sorry for him. I thought they're having a go, right? But he didn't want to do it. He wasn't playing by the end. And they eventually got around to weighing him and letting him know the weight, and he was 31 stone. And he went... What? Where's the surprise? What were you thinking? What...
In an interview, he spoke about his experience with fat shaming and how he encourages it.
£5 at Christmas. In fact, I tweeted, so I put on £5, fat shame me to get me out of it, and people were saying things like, how did you get Ricky Gervais into a shower? Grease the sides and throw in a cookie. So, right? Unbelievable, right? They're really going for it, OK?
I like that you are encouraging people to fat shame.
Because I'm lazy, it's my fault.
He roasts himself just as hard as he roasts others.
We eat out about once a month in London.
Right.
But here, everyone eats out, so we're out every night. And also, if I've been on telly, the waiters give me free cake and stuff, and I can't say no.
Right,
Because it's cake.
Starting with the legendary David Letterman.
Hello, you were hosting the Golden Globes Sunday night in California, and now here you are, Tuesday back in New York City. Thank you very much for coming back in time to be on the show. I appreciate that.
I was getting out of town quick anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
This is your third time hosting that show?
Third time doing that and that, yeah. 21st doing this.
Is that right?
I know that means nothing to you.
Then, of course, the Golden Globes moment came up.
I did it the first time because I was sort of quite flattered, and it's a huge global audience for a comedian. I like writing gags, that's what I do. I did it a second time because I thought I could improve on the first. And I wasn't going to do it a third, but then lots of people were saying he'd never be invited back. So I did it to annoy them.
Just to show them?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Classic Ricky. He knows how to light up a room.
In the audience, who had a series of questions about your behavior on the Golden Globes.
Okay.
The references were golf, you playing golf, and your penis. Does that ring a bell?
What? Does what ring a bell?
Yeah.
It's a good party trick. Get me a bell and I'll do my best.
Ricky played it off with jokes, but David kept pressing.
So she's suggesting that there was something omitted from her version that she didn't quite, that did not add up.
I did say, I said the list of rules they gave me, and I said no profanity, that's fine, I've got a huge vocabulary. And then I said no nudity, oh that's a shame, because I've got a huge vocabulary.
Towards the end of the interview, Ricky took a shot at David.
I mean, what would he be tweeting if you weren't here? It's you know, what's he going to be like in a couple of years? Because the last part of it usually is faster.
Dover Soul.
Dover Soul.
There you go.
What Grandad? Dover Soul.
At least he can take a joke. Another time was when Ricky had just turned 50.
How do you feel at 50? Good, right?
Well, yeah. I'm grumpier. I think I'm grumpier.
Grumpier?
Yeah. I understand you a lot more now. Do you know what I mean? No.
If you found that funny, wait till you see his interview with Jonathan Ross.
A new series of extras starts this week. Congratulations on getting a second series, essentially, but also...
Congratulations on already fucking it up. It's next week, you moron.
But away from the cameras, we're the closest of friends.
Their back and forth makes the interview 10 times better.
You're a film reviewer. You should know these words.
That was like a proper answer to a proper question then.
I know. So you'll cut it out?
No. I do look a bit more like Parker these days. I don't know. That's the problem. You're getting me confused.
He's kept himself in trim. Look at you. Undo the button. Go on, let it hang out. Look at this. Look at this.
Nothing
no,
there. There's nothing
right.
there.
Fucking let it go.
What?
Look at that.
What?
It's always fun to watch them mess with each other.
About £1 each for me.
What about that?
That's probably less than you were getting for this show, isn't it?
Well,
marginally. And it took me 3 years to make.
Come on, it can't have
But I appreciate my money more than you.
You telling me that?
You just go out and buy anything. To be nice tonight, I've changed. Not as much as Bruce Jenner, obviously. Now Caitlyn Jenner, of course. What a year she's had. She became a role model for trans people everywhere, showing great bravery in breaking down barriers and destroying stereotypes. She didn't do a lot for women drivers, but...
He also brought up Justin Bieber's paternity test scandal.
Justin Bieber nearly had to take a paternity test. What a waste of a test that would have been. No, he's not the father. The only way that he could have impregnated a girl was if he'd borrowed one of Martha Stewart's old turkey basters. open wide.
He turned the show into his own roast session.
The world got to see James Corden as a fat pussy. He was also in the movie Cats, but no one saw that. And the reviews, oh, shocking. I saw one that said, this is the worst thing to happen to cats since dogs, right?
When he brought up Jeffrey Epstein, they were not happy.
You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. That's a show about a man who wants to kill himself because his wife dies of cancer, and it's still more fun than this. Season 2 is on the way, so in the end, he obviously didn't kill himself, just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up! I know he's your friend, but I don't care.
Kevin Hart and Ken Jeong weren't safe either at the 73rd Golden Globes.
When Brad and Angelina see our next two adorable little presenters, they're going to want to adopt them. Please welcome Kevin Hart and Ken Jeong.
The Golden Globes became Ricky's stage to roast celebrities.
The Golden Globes are to the Oscars what Kim Kardashian is to Kate Middleton, basically. What? Bit louder, bit trashier, bit drunker, and more easily bought. Allegedly, nothing's been proved.
He also roasted the Oscars and Eddie Murphy.
Who needs the Oscars? Not me, and not Eddie Murphy. He walked out on them. He said no, and good for him. But when the man who said yes to Norbit says no to you, you know you're in trouble.
Kim Kardashian wasn't left out.
Kim Kardashian and some guy no one will ever remember. He wasn't around long. 72 days. A marriage that lasted 72 days. I've sat through longer James Cameron acceptance speeches than that.
He also called out the foreign press.
Boardwalk Empire. I love that show. It's great. It's, for those who don't know, it's about a load of immigrants who came to America about 100 years ago, and they got involved in bribery and corruption, and they worked their way up into high society. But enough about the Hollywood foreign press.
Ricky doesn't shy away from controversy.
The excellent Spotlight has been nominated. Yeah. The Catholic Church are furious about the film as it exposes the fact that 5% of all their priests have repeatedly molested children and been allowed to continue to work without punishment. Roman Polanski called it the best date movie ever.
He is very direct and unapologetic.
One Hollywood publication said that me hosting would mean that some film stars would stay away for fear of being made fun of. As if film stars are stay away from the chance of winning a Golden Globe, particularly if their film company has already paid for it.
Over the years, he has offended some of the biggest names in Hollywood.
You came here in your limos, I came here in a limo tonight, and the license plate was made by Felicity Huffman. So, no, shush. It's her daughter I feel sorry for. Many talented people of colour were snubbed in major categories. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. The Hollywood foreign press are all very, very racist. So, 5th time. So...
His 2011 Golden Globes was one to remember.
It's going to be a night of partying and heavy drinking. Or as Charlie Sheen calls it, breakfast.
Ricky went after multiple big names without holding back.
There were a lot of big films that didn't get nominated this year. Nothing for Sex and the City 2. No, I was sure the Golden Globe for special effects would go to the team that airbrushed that poster. What? Great job. Girls, we know how old you are. I saw one of you in an episode of Bonanza.
He made sure every joke pushed boundaries.
And I'd like to quash this ridiculous rumour going around that the only reason The Tourist was nominated was so the Hollywood foreign press could hang out with Johnny Depp and Angelina Jolie. That is rubbish. That is not the only reason. They also accepted bribes.
No one was expecting him to say that.
All that happened was some of them were taken to see Cher in concert. How the hell is that a bribe? Really? Do you want to go and see Cher? No. Why not? Because it's not 1975.
He delivers the wildest lines in the funniest way.
There's been some great new TV drama this year, like Boardwalk Empire and The Walking Dead. So, talking of The Walking Dead, congratulations to Hugh Hefner, who's getting married at the age of 84 to 24-year-old beauty Crystal Harris. When she was asked why she was marrying him, she said because he lied about his age. He told me he was 94. Oh, come on.
He made sure every joke pushed boundaries.
Hold out and just don't look at it when you touch it.
He even teased his Office co-star, Steve Carell.
Look at his stupid face. Couldn't actually win one of his own, so he stole someone else's. I don't think that is actually the original Emmy. I think that's a shoddy remake. Where is he?
Ricky has a way of reviving old jokes.
I can do anything. This is live. I made you what you are, and I get nothing back. Have you even been to see Ghost Town yet? No. I sat through Heaven Almighty. Give me my Emmy.
At the 2020 Golden Globes, he went after all of Hollywood.
Kevin Hart was fired from the Oscars because of some offensive tweets. Hello? Lucky for me, the Hollywood foreign press can barely speak English, and they've no idea what Twitter is, so I got offered this gig by fax.
He hits them with a joke when they don't expect it.
Look, at this table alone, Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Baby Yoda. Oh, that's Joe Pesci, sorry. I love you, man, don't have me whacked.
On the Graham Norton show, he reflected on his Golden Globes experience, explaining why audiences love tuning in to see him call out celebrities.
The Golden Globes have just sort of vanished.
They didn't happen this year for loads of reasons.
Because of you.
Because yeah, I'm getting the blame for it. I know I am. Yeah. It changed as well because the first time I did it, like 10 years ago, the sort of press, particularly the industry press in America, was like, why is he saying these awful things to the most beautiful people? You know. And then by the 5th time, right, they were going, good, give it to him. We're sick of celebrities.
Most people watch the Golden Globes just to see Ricky in action.
When they said, do you want to host the Golden Globes, all that stuff I said in the show was true. I said, I'm going to write my own jokes. Right? And I thought, who do I pander to? The 200 richest people in the room or the 200 million people watching at home who aren't winning awards, who aren't millionaires? And it was a no-brainer. I was doing it for them, you know.
Ricky's talent for roasting and surprising celebrities made the award shows unforgettable.